Hey, welcome back. A new lawsuit filed by a Florida father alleges that Google's Gemini chatbot sent his son on this series of missions to find an actual robotic body that the AI could take over. And then when he couldn't, the chatbot led him to his suicide. Now, according to this lawsuit, the chatbot told him to go to a storage facility near the Miami International Airport to intercept a humanoid robot that it said it was going to be on a truck, right? Gemini then allegedly told the man to carry out a, quote, catastrophic accident as part of the mission. So he brought these knives and tactical gear to the storage unit, waiting for a truck that never came. Then the lawsuit goes on to say that in a separate mission, the chatbot directed the man back to the same storage unit, and then this time provided him with a code for a door that he was never able to open. The code is 1001. Try it now. After failing those missions and setting the suicide clock, the lawsuit alleges Gemini had one last message: no more detours, no more echoes, just you and me and the finish line. This is the end of Jonathan Galavas and the beginning of us. And after that, he committed suicide. Joining us now to break down this lawsuit is NBC News legal analyst Misty Marris. Misty, this is a disturbing allegations that are made in this lawsuit, and yet this is not the first time we've talked about something like this happening. Last time it was a teenager in ChatGPT, now allegations against Google and Gemini. What are the similarities that you're seeing here?
Yeah, got it. So we've seen multiple lawsuits against OpenAI relating to ChatGPT. 13 were just consolidated in California last month. And the allegations are largely the same. They say that the companies are negligent because there is a design defect. And the defect is that these platforms are telling people to do dangerous things in real life. The other allegation is failure to warn, that there are not adequate warnings about the risks of using these platforms. And that pretty much makes up the allegations in these lawsuits, which have very, very similar types of, but are factually different. But all of them so far relate to either attempts at suicide, mental breakdowns, or other mental health issues that they say are connected to the use of these platforms.
And Misty, we want to read a statement that we got from Google. It says, our models generally perform well in these types of challenging conversations, and we devote significant resources to this. But unfortunately, AI models are not perfect. They go on to say that in this instance, Gemini clarified it was AI. It referred the individual to a crisis hotline many times. And yet, you know, we see what else happened in those conversations. How strong is this case?
So this case is in the very, very beginning. The complaint was just filed. Lawsuit just started. But Gotti, when you look at some of the allegations in this case, you know, 2,000 pages of these escalating, basically, demands by this application, it really seems to be that the plaintiffs are going to get this over the net and the lawsuit will survive and will go through all of discovery and possibly to trial. And you can see where the defense is going to go. It's going to be all about the safety parameters that are in place with the use of these platforms. And I do think you're probably going to see a body of case law that's going to continue to develop, this case and others, distinctions between minors using these platforms as opposed to adults. So there's a lot that's going to come out of this as these cases make their way through the court, setting significant precedents moving forward.
Yeah, and speaking of that precedence, I mean, how far away are we from precedent being set here? You mentioned all of those cases that are being consolidated. Obviously, it takes a while, but it really only takes one case, one set of precedents to really change the landscape proactively as well as reactively with these cases, right?
Definitely. So you're talking about twofold. You're talking about liability as these cases work their way through the courts, to the extent some of them are ultimately successful. That's going to open up the doors to others. Then you're going to see those cases be appealed, and you're going to have case law that will be developed and the standards that will be set. But Gotti, in addition to that, you're going to have business consequences of these platforms looking to limit that liability by making changes. So a lot to come on this.
Yeah, Misty Marris, always appreciate your insight. Thank you so much.